Hi kids, welcome back. We are going to continue working on our Mexican tin art mirrors, and as you can see on the screen I have one that I completed for an example for you with an actual mirror in the center and then the tin art design around, and I've glued it on, and the radial symmetrical design done in metallic colored pencils. So at this point you probably have most of your transferring done, and hopefully you have a design planned out for your tin art. When you do that, what I want you to do is get a scissors, and you're going to cut out the center circle so that you can tape it onto the piece of metal. So when you finished this part, come to me and I will give you a piece of metal like this, and you'll need a wooden stylus that looks like this. It's not a pencil, it's just a wooden stick with kind of a point on it. And then you're going to need something squishy like a folder, kind of a thick folder, or your planner. I'm going to take a folder here and set it underneath the metal. And then you're going to need a piece of tape about like this. And what you'll do is put the tape on the very tip of your design and line it up with the circle that's already been drawn into your metal like so. And then you can wrap that tape around like that. Okay. And then you're going to use your stylus to go over all of these lines. And by having a squishy surface underneath, it does a really good job of pressing into the metal. That's going to be important because we are going to apply ink to the surface, and the areas that are concave, meaning they dip in like so, the ink is going to sit in those grooves. Then some of your areas you're going to make convex, which means they pop up like that. The ink will rub off of those surfaces, just like in the example I showed you right here. You can see the ink pooled in the convex or embossed lines, and when I wiped it off, the areas that were convex sticking up, the ink got rubbed off so it stayed shiny. So like these areas, the ink stayed in, and it accentuates my design. So you'll go all around your design elements, and the reason we tape it on is so that we can peek and make sure that we didn't forget anything. And then what you need to do is decide what in your design you want to be convex and what do you want to be concave. Also, you need to decide which side of the metal you like better. Do you like the silver or do you like the copper? And maybe hold it up on your paper and see which one you think looks better. So I'm going to use the copper side. So I want some of these areas here to be bulged out or convex. So I'm going to flip this over in like these little circles. I'm going to take my stylus and just push in. Don't push too hard or you could actually tear the metal. But that's going to bulge those out. So if you look, flip it back over, they feel like little buttons now. And if I really want to accentuate those, I could go back around now and emboss a line around the outside. You also have to be careful if you're going to have the copper side show, not to rub so hard that you actually rub some of the metal, like the coating of the copper, off. So you'll work on this and tracing over your design until you have everything transferred. Once that's done, you can set it aside. And you're going to be using metallic colored pencils. I do have some markers. You can use those also, whichever you prefer. I guess if you have small designs, you should probably use the colored pencils. And you're going to want to push a little bit hard with them because you get a really nice design. I would recommend maybe 3 colors just to keep your design less complicated. Because with a pattern that has radial symmetry, you're going to want to have pattern with how you use your colors as well. So if I color this little dot here green with a gold outline, I want to continue that all the way around my entire design so that the color also has radial symmetry. So kind of pick a color pattern or 3, maybe 4 colors at the most and stick with them. You can also leave black in the paper, and that literally accents your colors and makes them pop out. You can erase some of your transfer paper lines if you need to, or your colored pencil can go right on top of it. You can just draw right over it if you don't want your lines to be white or whatever color you used for your transfer. I would also recommend going around the outside, but you can make the decision if you want to cut your mirror out and have it be round, or if you want to leave it on the black. So when you're finished doing your convex and concave embossing on here, you'll use metallic colored pencils to color this in. Then you're going to take a scissors and carefully cut out around the metal. And it gets very sharp, so you're going to want to cut carefully and kind of turn as you cut. And try to get a really nice edge because that's going to get glued down here. And I will show you the next steps in my next video. Have a great day.